a proud ambassador of Phoenix Lights.
Well guys, so here we are again on another explore. Epic. I hope it's epic, because this Ganister mines that we are, I am revisiting, is going to be your guys' first time in this Ganister mines. I have seen a continuation away on, which I didn't push because it was getting lower and quite low in oxygen as well. Well, it was just pushing the mark of below 18.5. Now I have set my monitor to 16.5. The alarm is going to be at 16.5, so that's going to be the critical measure that we're going to be like, okay, we're getting out of here. So going to give a bit of background history. We are in the lower part of the mines, so the mines adits are over this area where this might have been, I would think, like a tipping place for, you know, mine carts to come over the edge of the top and tip all the Ganister down here. They would have piled it up here, all the Ganister, and lorries or, you know, trucks back in them days, back in the 1930s, they would have come here and loaded the Ganister enough to the lower factory. Actually, there is a derelict lower factory that would be quite interesting to see if we have the chance. That's where they were actually making the fire bricks. For the fire bricks, we are in the area of Sheffield. For the fire bricks, they needed Ganister, which is a material that's 90% silica. So silica basically withstands a lot of heat, and they use it as a refractory brick in the furnaces. In the steel industry, you know, Sheffield is well known for the steel industries, and particularly back during the Second World War, they would have been at the height of production, you know, just supplying iron for the war efforts, for ammunition and other elements.
Maybe that's why Sheffield production of steel started here, because 1800s and beyond, that maybe it was so good and the transportation wasn't as good them days, so it was all done near or in-house.
It makes sense, because they had the coal mines around these areas as well, a lot of coal, local coal. They had the Ganister for the fire bricks. They had there's no iron mines in Sheffield, but we know in Northumberland, which is about an hour away or so, there's a lot of the big iron mines back in the days that they would have supplied basically iron to Sheffield. So yeah, kind of a Goldilocks area for the production of iron, Sheffield. So
I like that Goldilocks area for iron.
You could call it the Goldilocks area for iron. Yeah. Okay. So so we got obviously Richie Wellock. Check out his YouTube channel. I am going to leave his channel link in descriptions. Please check it out. Make sure you subscribe. Okay. And we got James, my friend here. He's been on quite a few explore with us as well, and he's going to be joining us on more adventures, hopefully. Yeah. So let's crack on with this then. Go and find the mine adits and get in, see how far we can push up to the mine adits. So we have some kind of water tank. Could be. I think this was a water tank. Obviously they would have needed water in the mines for all the drilling process to keep the dust down. Yeah, that's the stairway. Let's do it. And up here we should find the mines. Yeah, I'll go for a water tank. I think definitely got to be water tank that. Obviously water would have been in good supply here, because we got the river running below in this valley, so no shortage of water for the mines. Right, we're in the top area. I think the first adit should be somewhere along here. Where is this? We're gonna light it up. I think this is just a bit of a bricked up room, and it's right next to the attic. I can see some rails there. I can see some rails there, Richie.
Yeah.
So I think we're on to the attic. Yeah.
Oh, that dark hole there is where we're going to go in a bit.
Right, there it is. So we have the rails here, and we have the mine right in there that we're going to go in. Yeah. Last time I went here, the gate was open, so let's hope it's drafting. It's drafting quite well, so that's kind of reassuring. However, that does not mean that it's going to be good, the oxygen, because sometimes it's drafting, yet it's drafting basically air with very poor oxygen levels.
You see where the water level was at one stage?
Yeah, that's a good point. So that brown line there, I actually kind of see a few lines over a foot or two. That would have been a watermark at one point. And some rails there on the right. That's where the mine carts would have run along Golden Track. So I think we're ready to go in, are we? Quite excited about this. But first thing, we're gonna set the oxygen monitor here. Got 20.8% oxygen outside, so we got this monitor working. When it's flashing green here, you know that it's in perfect order.
Do it.
James, you want to do the honors?
Then guinea pig in first.
Guinea pig first.
Yep.
There is quite a lot of the fire bricks. They were making the fire bricks in the factory below from the Ganister. Ganister is 90% high in silica, which makes it very resistant to heat and very refractory. And that's why it was used in the furnaces in the steel industries of Sheffield. So,
Straight away you can see not a ventilator.
yeah, that's right. This covers, basically they hide like a little drainage channel. Obviously when there was flooding in the mine or natural water percolating through, they needed some drainage, did they? Look at this narrow gauge rail, how narrow it is.
Yeah.
I'm getting my foot just for comparison. Well, let's try it, right? There was another one there, yeah, that's right. So there was 2 sets of mile cards, and but just here, just in this area really, because if you know, you can see they join there, they join into one. So this area would have been just like a pass-in place really, you know, for the full cards going up, empty cars going in, kind of thing.
Straight away there's a mist. Here.
I'm gonna leave my bag. Can you hang it in the door? Thank you. And this is the metal door that would normally be shut, but I mean, the look of it is not very enticing, I would say, but however, it's got beautiful. It's got, look, the electric insulators here. Yeah, for the electric cables running along here.
Little ties for just keeping the actual cables up.
Yeah, this went for the
Oh,
yeah.
actually no, because that they run all the way along.
No,
so
no.
This was obviously for something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this was for some utility, possibly tubing, maybe for air, compressed air, or water. Either way, these hooks they were just basically holding some of the utilities here needed in this mine. I mean, it feels very fresh compared to other times when I've been here. You can see the method of they used to shore up the crumbly, because they were driving in very crumbly shale basically. Can you see this? This is the material that we're driving through. Just see how crumbly it is, yeah? To be able to drive through this material very safely, they had to reinforce the tunnel with steel arches and wooden planks, as we can see here. It's the only way they could shore it up safely, and still there's a few collapses, mini collapses, not too bad. It's not one of the worst mines I've been in. James laughing when I say it's not one of the worst I've been in.
I thought you were in it.
Yeah, you can hold it a second. Yeah. You can see the shale, how crumbly it is here. And this explains very clearly the use of the steel arches, the wooden planks for support. We're gonna go in, see how far. So Rich is on his way already. So how are we doing for air? Pretty good. 20.3. Ahead of us is very, very clearly collapse. However, I would be positive that there is a way on past this collapse, but it would take quite a bit of digging, which I don't feel comfortable with doing. Yeah, seems to be running quite a bit. It'd be quite a dig this. We're gonna go in here. Wow. How does that look? Is there a way on?
There is.
This is as far as I got last time I was here. Look at the state of this with all the rust.
There's a bit of a pong ahead. It's possibly just
Let me go first then.
stagnant water.
Can you light the other way? Yeah, the other way. Away from me. That behind you. No, so just the light, because it's blinding the camera, that's all. Yeah, that's it. If there is the sulfurous pong, the sulfurous smell, that's the worst. That's just like put the light, yeah, that way. The sulfurous pong is smell is the worst. That's stink damp, which is hydrogen sulfide, which is poisonous basically gas. So if it smells of rotten eggs, that's not a good sign. It could be a pongy smell from, I don't know, rotting wood and other elements, so we're gonna have to watch out for gases. Luckily, our gas detector detects hydrogen sulfide, so we are gonna be good.
Which is good because there is a lot of yellowing up here.
Yeah.
Which would indicate.
Okay. Just wait there, guys. I just want to just stick to the rails because I want to keep this water. Oh, that's very interesting, and it goes right. So I think we should be alright going through there. Okay. So basically we're gonna try to dig some of that out, get through as careful as we can. Okay. Do you want to, James? Do you want to get closer? This is filming. You can disturb the water now, it's fine. Get closer. Yeah, just make sure the camera is sort of pointing at me. And basically, let's try this. Don't touch the roof, okay?
Rotten egg smell.
Yeah. But if you look above you can see the yellow. Which usually indicates sulphur.
I would go without a bag.
Stick it over here somewhere.
I'll bet it's on your top.
Go very low. No, we're gonna go out.
Oh.
Let's get out.
So we've got an alarm going off.
We're going out.
And I'm going to abort this now, unfortunately. But we were on low oxygen before. It's now coming up to 16. So we need to get some fresh air. So we're going to, unfortunately, walk that. What's going on? You okay?
Yeah. 16. It dropped to 17, 16.5.
Depends when you have low oxygen environment. And even
Yeah.
though it's only 17.1, 17.2 now, it's back to climb.
So, as soon as I go through that collapse, as you see in the video, the alarms start going off, 16.5. So you are right, that punky smell is low oxygen. Let's get out of here.
Yep.
I feel like I'm overexert myself. That's the feeling. Let's get out. It's a good job I had the air monitor to monitor the levels of oxygen. It's impossible beyond the collapse. The air is just way too bad. So out we go. Let's get out quick.
So he's pouring all that, but low oxygen for about a minute, and that was almost enough. You don't want to go on, it's like that there. It's going to continue and only get worse.
It would. It'd be suicidal just to think it's okay to keep exploring. You saw, I'm still catching my breath. You can pass out if you stay long in that 16.5%. You can pass out very quick. Right,
Well, we're saying that
we're on our way out.
I was saying that I've trained myself for low oxygen, being a smoker, so.
Yeah.
What was that, James?
Right, so we're gonna find another small mine and also measure the level of oxygen inside. Oh, it's quite a relief to get back out. Actually, the oxygen is really bad, as you've seen on the video. I was panting. I couldn't have held it much longer in there safely. Definitely no way. It's not worth risking. Hey, what is this? What is this, guys? What's this?
Another little tunnel. I think we're going to have to explore that one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Bouncy. Why is it bouncy? It looks bit...
And again, we've recalibrated to 20.8, so we're going to get some measurements of oxygens here. This is one for James as well first.
Cheers.
Our guinea pig.
I'll get up spider.
Guinea pig of the day. Which actually is quite good because the initials of it is God. Guinea pig of the day. James, you're a god.
Yay.
I think it's going to be another Ganister mine, obviously, but you know,
Oh, this looks nice.
this is a different kind of support they use.
And the tracks as well.
Yeah, wait there, James, don't rush. So there's as well narrow gauge tracks as well for the mine car tops. And I suspect, yeah, this is silica brick. I suspect, you know, it wouldn't make sense. It would make sense if you make bricks down the factory, reuse
From someone else.
reuse them. Yeah, reuse them here. If anybody thinks it's not silica bricks, it's something else, please leave in comments, because we don't have 100% sometimes certain information. Can you see how it's buckling now, the wall here? So the kind of pressure of, you know, all the earth above really is pushing the walls to the side. Whatever you do, don't touch the roof. And here, I'll go first, James. You can see here the kind of stuff that we're talking. Broken timber props. James panting. And this sort of stuff. Let me go first. To be honest, I don't think it's worth this mine. I have been a fair way in. The air runs out very quickly. But just to get a little video basically of some of the structures of these mines, how they shore it up in the olden days. If they didn't have any steel supports in the earlier days, they just used timber props. The weight of the earth above basically pushed the ground down and snapped the timbers, as you can see, and a lot of rotting material coming down. I don't think we're gonna do this. It's not even worth it or safe. Okay, unless Richie feels brave and wants to go through, I wouldn't advise it. But however, to have it documented what a collapsed mine looks like, that you shouldn't really go in, even though we do sometimes. Looks like beautiful, innit? Right.
One of the reasons of doing these videos is very much the fact that these aren't going to be along too much longer, or certainly parts of it. And there's many mines that we do actually go in, and we go in quite a long way, and then it shuts off because you cannot get any further into the mine. And yeah, so it's one of them things where it's like, it's good to see these places are like in the day, and like that, and just document, because history is just going to get lost otherwise. So
it continues down there, but you can see it's getting sketchier and it's just collapsed, so we're not going to bother. We're getting out of here. Come on, I can feel the roof moving. Let's go. Death trap.
narrow track going here. I can't remember, I think it was 1956. I don't know, I want to check that out when the stock production here.
A little death trap, not worth going through any further. Plus you could see the collapse ahead, so there's not much reward in going ahead. A lot of rotten timber here. The brick walls, timbers overhead to stop any loose material coming down, but the timbers are pretty much giving way and rotting now. So we're going back on the fresh air. Feels warmer, the air as well here.
Just done it.
So where we started the video, we were at the bottom of this pit. I'm not sure the technical name of it, but basically when the mine carts come out loaded with the Ganister material from the mines, they come via a set of rails, come to the edge here and tip the material over. From the bottom, obviously there might have been another, very early days, another rail system with mine carts to take it along, you know, along the valley and towards Sheffield. We're only about 3 or 4 miles of Sheffield. Right nice. So we got down to 16.5, yeah. I was saying we probably have here in Sheffield 2 examples of how terribly unsafe mines can be. Yeah. One that's collapsing on you, pretty much death trap. If you knock a timber off, you could have, I mean, it might be just a few buckets of material, or might be tons of material. You don't want that lottery on you, do you? No. And the other mine that we've just been in, obviously with low oxygen, pretty much straight away, I mean, you're in and it drops, because we were at 20.8 here, then in the tunnel already 20, beyond the gate 17.9, and once we got to the constriction that I pushed, and that went down straight away to 16.5. Alarm goes off. It's the right thing to do, just get out safe. Yeah, and that's why you carry air monitors, oxygen monitors and helmets down mines. Basically, you shouldn't go in mines anyway.
And that's why I carry Antonio with me, because I'm too cheap to buy a gas monitor.
So we're on the edge of the tipping point below we were looking at, where all the material from the mine was tipped, and then there would have been big piles down here, enormous piles of Ganister obviously, and from this area below. They would have been distributed along the river level with a set of tram lines. We actually found here a shelter, which is pretty cool. James is going to do the honours, as usual.
Hey, we found it. Super.
Yeah.
Nice one. So this is the little bit extra which I said about. It's really quite small, but just a little bit extra on the end of the video. For the Ganister mines, they needed kind of coverage for people who worked at the brickworks for making the Ganister bricks, and this is just it, which shows that, you know, it was actually used up until at least the World War II. So we're just gonna quickly have a look in there.
You know. Right, let's go in, and straight away.
Which, yeah.
Wow.
I've looked it up, about 30 or 40 people. Can you imagine?
Well, you know the steel arches from the mine.
Yeah.
They use them here as well. So the same kind of steel frames.
This is why I said about I'd actually prefer being in the mine, because look at the picture.
It's very interesting. The incredible thing here is they used the same shoring up method as we have seen in the Ganister mine. They had the steel arches, a support of frame, and the wooden planks across. Obviously, because we are just relatively below ground, there's not been a lot of water percolation and not a lot of collapses. It looks like they use cement as well to strengthen the structure. Obviously concrete. Wow. Just a you coming, Richie?
Yeah.
And he's still got the door in place. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, so you can see the construction like what they use in the yeah, you'd struggle with 34 people in here. It's only like 10 people, isn't it?
Yeah, but if it was just a quick sort of dash and run and hide, 30 people would have managed here.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying for living.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to spend the night here, I don't think any more than 10 people would be comfortable.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you know, for a quick run and hide, yeah, 30 people would have done the job.
if you notice, they put the boards in and then they've shuttered concrete. Well, they use the wood as a shuttering and then they've poured concrete in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they didn't take any chances with the structure, did they? They made sure it was literally bomb-proof.
Yeah, but they had to, because there's only like 6 inches of soil on top of it.
Yeah.
It's like really near to the ground.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing in here they'd have had a chemical toilet. I'm presuming.
I don't know. Maybe. Yes. Yes. Some sort of toilet there. Yeah. Some sort of something. Yeah. Definitely. There would have been that would have been the toilet. So very, very constricted spaces, but if they did the job to save people in case of an air raid strike, then that's where it needed to be. Right, old bottle